Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dec Dan discuss Arrow. This is, as the title suggests, this is where me and this guy we discuss Arrow every week. If you didn't guess, the name's pretty shit. But if you have any other suggestions, you can sugar. Or we could just continue calling it On a Live Podcast, which actually seems like a better title now than it ever did, really. But anyway, before we dive into episode 3 of season 1 of Arrow,
entitled Lone Gunman.
Yep, I forgot that. We would like to talk about a couple other things up top that are Arrowverse related. First of all, we want to talk about the news that Flash is being officially cut short for this season. It now turns out, thanks to Grant Gustin, he spoke to TV Line and he said that episode 19 of the season, entitled Success is Assured, will now be the season finale, which is kind of awkward, but we'll see what happens.
This is definitely Todd Helbig. He's got something to do with this.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
oh, yeah.
He definitely saw that Eric Wallace was actually making a legitimately great season, and man was like, I can't be having this. Got to sabotage it.
Got to unleash the coronavirus. The way Grant described it was, because they have actually finished episode 20, like they fully filmed it and everything. But basically Grant said that episode 19 serves as a better finale and has a more exciting cliffhanger at the end. So that's why they've chosen to go with 19 instead of 20. Whether they'll actually integrate some stuff from 20 and mess around with it, I don't know. I don't think so. I think they'll probably just leave it as it is and then just end it there. I mean, obviously the big question that comes out of this now is the story just going to be wrapped up there, or are they going to continue it next season in the first couple of episodes?
I think they've got to. They've got to, really. Yeah. Because otherwise it would just it'd be pretty rushed, because you just end up with another flashpoint where you lead into a cliffhanger to a new storyline and it just gets resolved in one episode. That'd just be pretty shit again. But I think also as well, because I've actually been really enjoying the storyline that they've been setting up, and I want to see it get a proper conclusion rather than a rushed one. So I honestly wouldn't mind if they made finishing off that storyline kind of the arc for the first half of the season. Wouldn't really bother me.
Yeah, I think they could easily do it in the first couple of episodes. Or even what they could do is, I think that there's even a chance that they could maybe just do one episode more next season. Obviously, they've been cutting down an episode recently. We've had 22. Typically, Flash has 23. So they could ultimately give us a 23 episode season and just add in an extra episode to wrap up everything. I don't know how they're going to handle it. But I mean, Grant was saying that this episode serves as a better finale. So is it a thing that you can kind of get away with the story ending there? But then there's still a lot of time to... There's still 4 episodes left, or 3 episodes to go. So I don't know. I mean, I think there's 2 things they've got to wrap up. One is the Eva stuff, and the other one is the black hole stuff. And I think, because even though they're basically connected, I think they are kind of different from each other. The way I think this is going to go, or at least how it would have gone, it still might go this way depending on how episode 19 pans out. But I think Eva's going to get out of the mirror dimension. She's going to initially help Team Flash to take down Carver and Black Hole, because that's clearly what she's about. And then we're going to see Eva probably turn on Team Flash and be revealed as the true big bad, because she is basically the new Mirror Master. That's the way I think it's going to go.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with Iris, though. I don't know when they're going to sort that out. Big oof.
I know. I mean, based on the promo for next week, it could be maybe end of next week's episode or the week after. Because I mean, it's about fucking time Barry realised that there was something up with his wife.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting, that next episode. It does look like Barry's just going to full on expose Iris for
diss track on Iris.
Yep. I don't know. I think that this season it could end awkwardly, and again, it's not really their fault. You can't blame the writer. You can't say, "Oh, this was terrible writing," because obviously it's not that. I mean, it might be terrible writing in the ultimate when we see it, but yeah. What was interesting as well, though, is that Grant Gustin also said that the original cliffhanger for the season, he just completely came out and revealed it, had something to do with Reverse Flash, or Thorn. So a really cool Reverse Flash cliffhanger going into season 7, but we don't have that now. Any theories as to what that could have been? I was speculating that it might have been something to do with Thorn taking up Godspeed and becoming that.
Yeah, because it was the only way that because they addressed it, having Godspeed show up at the start of the season, it was obvious they had something they were going to do with him. So I thought it'd be pretty cool if like you say, they did something like that where it's with Godspeed and kind of linking the two together.
Now, Godspeed,
So that
that's in episode 18.
Yeah, that's what kind of made me feel. That's what made me kind of sway towards that theory even more. The fact that we now know that he is showing up again. So yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame, but hopefully it can maybe give him something to stride towards. For next season, once they finish up the Black Hole and Eva storyline.
I mean, if he takes up the mantle of Godspeed, because obviously we sort of found out in the last episode that, the episode before this week, that basically Thorn is trying to find a new vessel essentially to inhabit, so he can survive and come back to life. Basically, if he does that and he sort of takes up the mantle of whether it is just him in Godspeed's suit or if he becomes August Heart or whatever, do you reckon that means Godspeed's a main villain for next season?
Probably, yeah.
I mean that would give the fans what they want. I mean, people want a speedster villain. People specifically ask for Godspeed. I don't know. It could be pretty cool. Could be pretty interesting. Or maybe maybe he becomes some form of the Red Death. Maybe that's how. Because obviously they're going to have to change the Red Death quite significantly if they're going to do him on the show. So maybe it's a thing where instead of being Bruce Wayne, he's here but a Thorn. I don't know.
Yeah.
They could do something like that, but yeah.
God,
it's a shame.
It just To be fair, watching this season just makes me laugh even more about all those Red Death videos where everyone was so convinced that he was going to be the big bad for this season. And you look at how this season's gone.
Given the fact, because the Flash has, and even Arrow's done it as well, where they tease the villain in the previous season, and then the next season they become that villain. Season 3 with the Thinker, and even in Arrow, in season 3 they name dropped Damien Dark, and then that happened. It wasn't implausible, but I'm still excited though. I think that based on that alone, it seems like season 7, because I'm sure they're not going to change their plans for season 7. I don't think this is going to affect the overall story arc they had for that season. So I'm sure we're still going to see whatever that was pan out. It just obviously won't happen as soon as we initially hoped. But yeah, so all the shows have been cut short now, except for Legends. Legends will finish its season, but because Supergirl was cut to I think 19 episodes as well.
Yeah, but that episode 20. Yeah, I've heard no official word on Batwoman, but I'd assume if Flash and Supergirl are, then you'd assume Batwoman would be as well.
Yeah,
which is a shame as well because Batwoman's been getting really good as well. So it's a bit of a bummer for that it's going to be finishing.
I watched episode 4 of Batwoman today. I'm really liking it. I actually quite enjoy it, and you say, it's kind of interesting because it gets even better from here on after Crisis. And also, someone actually commented, we were questioning this on our last episode, and someone actually commented it yesterday. Apparently, Batwoman overtakes Elseworlds post episode 5, apparently.
All right.
That's what they said in the comments. So thank you to that person. I can't remember your name. But yes, that was very helpful. And given the fact that episode 5 is on tomorrow here in the UK, I will be able to sort of take a look at that and see what's happening. And the other thing we want to talk about is just the other shows of the Arrowverse from this week. Obviously, we're not really doing On the Thy podcast anymore, so we might as well chuck it in here. Maybe we'll just start calling this On the Thy podcast. I don't know. Keep checking for the titles and see if it changes. So I'll just start off by talking about Legends quick. Legends. I mean, I'm still a lot more positive on this season than last season. But, I like it way more, but it's just I still don't love it. The problem with this, this story that we have in this episode with Charlie and this loom of fate bollocks. The thing is, I don't get it. For one, I don't really understand what's going on.
Like the story arc.
Yeah, because it's this thing where the Legends need it because they need to protect it from her sisters, but Constantine also needs it so he can bring Astra and his mum back to life. But Astra is now working with these people. There's a lot going on, and also my problem is as well is that I don't like Charlie as a character, and I feel like that they've completely taken this story. Because when we first met Charlie last season, she was just a shapeshifter who appeared because the Legends opened the thingy when fighting Malice. But now they've pulled this story out their arse, where they're oh no, she's part of these ancient gods. I'm just no, that's just not. You've just made this up. That's not true.
It just feels as if with a lot of the story beats they're trying to do this season, that the jumps between point A to B have been so drastic, and it feels like there's been no progression in getting towards there. It's just been kind of one big step rather than taking quite a few steps, like easing us into it. Like you say with Charlie, she was this pretty inconsequential character, and now all of a sudden they've just pulled her away and said she's important for no fucking reason.
Can they also? This isn't necessarily a problem with this episode, it's just a problem with Charlie overall. Can they just pull like a Scarlet Witch in the MCU and just change her accent? Because it's just awful. It's
her accent's terrible. Just let Maisie Richardson Sellers use her actual accent.
What I don't understand. Like, it's not even like she's putting on an accent that much because she is British, but she's very posh British. So just give her that. Like, her Cockney accent is dreadful, and it's all the mannerisms and like the little words she uses and stuff like that. All right, Jono, fuck off.
Oh no.
But the Supernatural references were kind of cool. I don't watch Supernatural, but it was kind of cool just to see it. Like, there's like a little reference where there's like a poster on a tree where you know the CW filming notices that they have. Yeah. One of them stuck up, which is kind of cool. Loved all the Zari stuff. I'm trying to be vague because you've not seen it, so I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
But the Zari stuff was really cool. I enjoyed all that. The stuff that happened with Behrad was very interesting as well. Didn't expect that. And the Mick and Ava stuff that was in this episode was funny. But at the same time, it really annoyed me because, again, I'll try and be vague, but, like, obviously, I have started to accept Legends for what it is these days in regards to that it doesn't really care about its previous self and it's just making it a comedy now, which is, it's fine. Like, I've kind of gotten used to it now. But in this, it does still annoy me every now and then when they do a storyline like this with Mick and Ava, that if this was done in a previous season, it just, like, if Rip was still on the team, he would not have allowed this. It's just like a thing where it's like the rules that they established at the very beginning of this show are just non-existent now. Like, it just doesn't matter. And it kind of annoys me because I'm just like, imagine if Rip was still on this show. It wouldn't be the same show. Like, it wouldn't be what it is now. Like, because Rip is just, once Rip left, the whole show fell apart. Really. Like, looking back on it now.
That is true.
It is, isn't it? As soon as Rip left,
if only I knew this when I met Arthur Darvill at Wales Comic Con, I would have just given him the biggest hug in the world. Just be like, please come back.
We need
please.
The show. Because that's true, though, because, I'm being vague, but I'll just put it simply. Mick and Ava break some rules in this. And Rip was all about the rules. Rip was all about... So if Rip was still on the show and was still on this team, he wouldn't have allowed this. So it just kind of annoys me. Again, it's funny, and there's a really funny moment in it, like a really cool little reference, but I just didn't... It just annoyed me at the same time. But yeah, it's an alright episode. Again, I just think like the main bulk of it with this Charlie storyline, I don't care for it. I don't get it.
No.
And I wish they'd just do something else. Like, I thought they were meant to be focusing on this whole Astra bringing people back from the dead thing. Like, they did that a little bit at the beginning of the season, and now it's just kind of been abandoned. It's kind of now just a thing that shows up every now and then because they've introduced this Loom of Fate thing, which no one wants. But anyway, we also had The Flash finally return this week with a banger of an episode.
Very good.
A solid 8 out of 10. 8.0
yeah.
Personal review. So this episode we had Ragdoll, who is returning, being employed by Joseph Carver to hunt down and kill and assassinate Joe, our boy Joe.
Our boy Joe West.
I mean, this was all good stuff. I mean, Ragdoll is always great every time he shows up. I love I just love how like he's just not.
He just completely unnerves me every time I see him on screen. Too much.
And then also just some great stuff with Joe. This was a Joe episode. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I tell you, I don't like that Joseph Carver at all.
Oh damn!
I think he's so cartoonish and so over the top.
Yeah, he's probably the one thing about this season that annoys me a little bit because they've written all the other characters so well in quite a mature way, and then we have Joseph Carver.
Not a fan. But all the Joe stuff was really good. He had a really good episode, and I genuinely felt like a bit of tension when he was strapped to that chair.
Yeah.
I was actually like, because they were doing so much with Joe in this episode, I was like, oh my god, is he actually going to die? Like, is Joe like the big death of the season? Like, I genuinely got scared.
Nah, because if they killed off Joe, you wouldn't recover.
No.
I mean, it was hard enough when Quentin died. If Joe died as well, if both of the main dads are dead.
Yeah. Both the DC TV dads die. That's it. We can't lose Joe. We can't. I don't think the world can handle. 2020 has been bad enough already. We can't let Joe to die as well. Eva and Iris. So Eva is what, trying to stop Barry from taking down Carver
Yeah.
because she wants to do it herself.
From what I can gather, yeah, she just wants to do it for herself for her own reasons rather than having the Flash do it. That's what I can gather. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be explained later on, but that's what it seems like.
I really like Eva, but I'm still not 100% sure about what overall plan is. I don't think we're meant to know yet. Like, I don't think it's
No.
they are.
I think it is something they're trying to keep wrapped until the finale, maybe, or at the end of the season. I think they're trying to do it on purpose, which is why I'm just hoping that we get some form of resolution to it, or like an idea of where it's going before episode 19 comes to a close. Because otherwise, I'll just be really confused.
Yeah, because I think that because I'm still not entirely clear on what she's trying to do, other than just take down Carver. It looks like, and maybe Black Hole as well. That's fine. Ralph finally returns.
Finally,
episode 12. And
God.
Sue comes back as well. I love Sue. Sue's
Yeah.
great. I love them two together as a couple. I think they're a lot of fun. I just think they're really fun. Like, they're both really fun characters because Ralph has just evolved so much since he first showed up, and now having him paired with such an awesome character like this gets me excited for what's to come with them for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd probably say same as well. I think they've probably been one of the highlights of the season for me. Seeing that, especially in the back half, seeing those two interact, they're just such a good couple, and they have really good chemistry with one another. Like it's one of the few ships that I can get between.
Yeah.
On the CW, which is saying a lot because a lot of them I just utterly despise.
Now Joe has left the season. For now, do you reckon he's not gone? Is he? He'll be back by the end of the season. Or well, he might not be now.
Oh, he would. All right, let's just put it this way: he probably would have been back.
Yeah, I reckon he would have come back in the season finale if things had gone to plan. But now we probably won't. Now we're not going to see until season 7, I reckon. Which is that's a real shame. But I mean, the thing is, I knew this isn't him gone from the show forever. That's the important thing to talk about.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't do a big puff piece, from the CW, for Jesse L. Martin. He's not gone. And also, like, it didn't feel like a proper goodbye either. It was just more like a, as Theo would say, it's a see you later. Bringing up those season 8 tears. But yeah, Joe's gone for now. We're not going to see him the rest of the season, I reckon. So, bye bye, Papa Joe. What's going on with Singh?
Singh is fucking done for, mate. He's a mirror clone.
He's worth. Do you reckon he's a clone?
I reckon he is as well. Yeah.
Actually, I reckon that would actually make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah, just because I think like him just working for her like on his own terms, I don't know, it just wouldn't seem right to me. Doesn't really fit in line with Singh's character.
Yeah, I didn't think about that actually. Yeah, I kind of hope they because I really like Singh. I don't want him to get killed off or something.
Yeah, I mean he's been in the Arrowverse since the very first beginnings, man. I mean he was in Arrow season 1. I mean totally different character, but it doesn't matter, boy. I'll always have that.
Well, that was a good cliffhanger to end on. Well, it was like the last thing, but it was still really cool to see. I was like, oh wow, especially because Singh hasn't really been on the show properly for a while, so like to bring him back like this was really cool. And then we also had the final scene where Iris kicks Barry out. Finally. But West Allen is at the party.
Let's
get it going.
Them West Allen fans are gonna hunt you down.
Yeah, no, I like West Allen. They're fine. It's a bit weird, but it's fine.
Because they're basically related.
It's all consensual. But Snowberry all the way.
Oh no, it's not happening, fam.
Well, maybe it will now that Iris has kicked him out. They're gonna split up, and then he can get with Caitlin. It's about time.
You are
6 years.
God, I thought I was lost supporting Laura, but you're even more lost for supporting Snowberry.
Snowberry, it's gonna happen. It's coming.
Oh my!
Season 6 cliffhanger. It wasn't actually gonna be Thor. It was gonna be Barry and Caitlin getting married. But yeah, I mean, this is just I just love how like Iris just full on like drops a massive bomb on Barry, like, oh, now thanks to you, both of our parents are gone. It's like Jesus.
Well, as soon as you said that, I think Barry instantly knew
Yeah,
that something was up here.
when she said it, I laughed. I was like, I was like, Jesus Christ, Iris. But yeah. I think that this is cool. I mean, this is all just a setup for the next episode. This was a long post-credit scene. This went on for ages. But yeah, she kicks him out, and yeah, he's just kind of mopes about. Where's he gonna go? Where do you reckon he goes to? Probably goes Joe's house, doesn't he? Oh no, but Joe's.
Yeah.
Oh no, Cecile will be there. Cecile will be there.
Yeah, he goes living with Cecile.
Yeah, he'll go with Cecile. That's fine. I was just like, I was genuinely thinking about that when he was walking down the hallway. I was like, where's he gonna go? But especially because she's stressing him out as well because he's losing his speed. Especially that's another thing that we're like, Iris just freaking out on Barry, going like, "Oh, you could have come and got me. I could have seen him," and that's just not what Iris would have done. Especially because she knows that Barry's speed is depleting. So that was all good. Good scene, and it just leads into next episode, which I'm excited about.
Yeah. I'm just it's just one of these episodes that just makes me realize how good Flash has been this season, and just again, it was a great episode, but it just makes me even more sad that it's just coming to an end way sooner than it should be.
Yeah.
And for a season this good, I think it would have just been so much more sweeter if it actually got its proper ending. So, well, we can't.
Season 6 is going to be the shortest Flash season of all time.
Oh yeah.
Pretty interesting.
Interesting indeed.
So now we can actually move on to the real meat and potatoes. Arrow, of course. Season 1, episode 3, called what? Lone Gunman? Was it, wasn't it?
Yep.
So,
you actually remembered. Well done.
Now, the first note that I actually made is this episode starts with Oliver going after some other dude. And
some other dude? It was just some guy.
Did you know, is that the same pool where Justin Claiborne was murdered?
I don't know. I don't think it was, only because I'm pretty sure like that was a completely open, like pretty open rooftop. And I think the one that Justin Claiborne was killed on, I think had like a bigger building to the side of it, built on. I don't know. I don't think it is, but I was thinking that when I did see the scene.
I was just looking back on it. I was like, is that what that is? Because it kind of looked like it, and I was just waiting for Prometheus to show up and just like stand in front of him. But
no. Stop with this dreaming, pal. Stop with this dreaming.
Imagine they just pull like a Spider-Man Far From Home. Like we never notice in the season. You just see like Adrian Chase just like hanging about in the background.
If that happens, I will actually praise Mark Guggenheim, which is something I never do.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. But this is all to introduce Deadshot. This is I didn't realize like how early he comes into this season. Yeah, Deadshot played by Michael Rowe. Really cool version of Deadshot. I really like this character. He's badass. The design's cool. I like the tattoos as well.
Yeah,
which is a very like Zaz thing, but it's really
cool. It's a bit of a different version to Deadshot that you get how he is in the comics, but it's absolutely awesome. I'm just going to put it out there. He is better than the Will Smith version. You can come at me all you want.
I mean, it doesn't
Fresh Prince stands will argue otherwise, but he's just a far better Deadshot. He just is, because he's not played like he's Will Smith.
Well. Like,
yeah,
he's like actually like really intense. And I also was looking for it as well, and it is actually there. The Andrew Diggle.
Yeah,
he's on there as well, which is cool. This is actually quite a big episode for Diggle, isn't it? Like, quite a lot in this.
Yeah, I didn't realize how much they actually like did in terms of developing him as a character. I didn't realize that until I watched it. Like even the stuff with Carly, I completely forgot about, and then obviously setting up, everything with Andy and
I really like Carly. She's really cool. Like I forgot how cool she was. Like I kind of missed her. Oh,
yeah.
What's more weird, Barry and Iris or Carly and Diggle?
I'd probably say Carly and Diggle, given the fact that fiance's dead and all that, and then it turns out fiance's not dead. So man was screwing his brother's wife. Yeah. What do you mean? It was one of the few good things of season 4, and then they just ended it really poorly.
True. But yeah, I
Or
actually like
like,
Carly. And also, this is the first appearance of Big Belly Burger.
oh yeah, I got that written down as well.
Yeah, this is the first time we see Big Belly Burger in the Arrowverse. Carly's working there. Good stuff. This also just reminded me, like, because I'm just thinking about like all these early love interests. I just remembered Detective McKenna Hall's in this season. Oh, do you remember her?
Oh, I remember her.
Oh, I miss her. She was so cool. Honestly, screw Loriver, screw Elicity. Whatever
No,
that ship name is,
I'm not.
that
I'm
is
not
what I
having this.
want.
I'm not having this. I'm not
McKenna
having
Oliver.
this. No,
McOliver.
that is disgusting.
Whenever she comes in, we're going to hashtag McOliver. Let's get it going.
No, we're not. We're not doing that. No, no,
But
we're gonna run a poll comparing these two ships, and I guarantee you, everybody will support me. Just like how everyone supported me about my Irish season 6-8 opinion, everyone supported me on that. They're going to support me on this because that relationship you've come out with is utter rubbish.
nah, because no one thinks about McOliver. No one thinks.
Yeah, no one thinks about it because she's only in what 5 episodes.
Nah, she's in like the entire back half of the season. I think she's in season 2 as well. I think.
No, fam. I rewatched these first 2 seasons about 3 months ago. She's only in 5 episodes. She's not in season 2.
Well, either way, I'm still excited to see her because that was the ultimate god tier Arrowverse relationship. Just saying.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Think about how different it would have been. Would have been so much better.
I mean, I would have liked to have had her back, but no, not
I
as
just
a
like that
relationship.
actress. Janina Kavanka's cool. I like the scene with Moira and Thea where she like is talking about how she was jealous of how Robert, was able to get through to Thea more than she was. Actually, like jealous them a little bit, especially Thea, who again was kind of annoying.
Oh, she pissed me off this episode. I've actually written down twice. I just wrote down Thea annoying, and then later on in the episode, I just wrote Thea is really pissing me off. Like, no, honestly, I get why they're doing it, but I just find her character so irritating, so bloody irritating.
Yeah, she's
annoying. It's just, I can't deal with it. I can't deal with this CW bullshit. This teen drama they got to throw into all of their shows, man. I just can't do it. It's not my style.
Although I was actually looking at Thea quite a bit. I have to say the casting of Willa Holland is actually really good because she looks like a mini Susanna Thompson, and also even down like I don't know if you've noticed this, but they both have like a little spot on their top lip.
Yeah,
both of them. Like she looks like she is the child of Susanna Thompson, but she doesn't look like the child of Jamie Sheridan, which is really clever. And like, because she obviously, clearly the Queen household is a blonde, that's a blonde family tree there.
Yeah.
But because she's not fully, because I can also see a bit of Malcolm in her. I don't know. I just think that casting's really cool. Like, I'm guessing they knew that from day one.
No. Let's get this clear, right? So in the last episode, I brought up the whole Master Universe line, and you were purely trying to deny it. But in this case, you're like, oh, they knew all along that she wasn't related. I'm not having it. I'm not buying it.
This was literally. I mean,
I'm not buying it.
Season 2?
I'm not buying it, fam. I'm not buying it. So, if you're gonna call my theory bullshit, I call yours bullshit.
Well, all I'm saying is I know that they had this plan very early on, where instead of Thea, it was actually going to be Oliver who had the revelation. It was going to be that Malcolm was actually Oliver's father.
Yeah, I knew about that because that was in like a Reddit post.
Yeah, and they spoke about it at Comic-Con as well, and so that's even Mark Guggenheim actually discussed that at Comic-Con. But also I think with that, obviously, because clearly they had this idea, so they were like, oh, maybe we'll swap it to Thea, because it was actually, they said this at Comic-Con because like John Barrowman was also on that panel, and he was saying it was actually John Barrowman's husband's idea to change it to Thea.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, wow. Basically he said that the whole idea of Malcolm being Oliver's father was a bit too Star Warsy.
Yeah.
So they decided to change it to Thea.
Still not buying it. Still not buying it.
And I'm still not buying Master of the Universe. It's crap.
Then we can have our own. Then we can have our own theories.
Yeah, we can. We'll rest with that. Now, the biggest thing about this episode is this is beautiful. Just imagine a young Oliver Queen, completely unaware of his surroundings, walks into the IT department.
No. I know where you're going. This,
and we see a pink shirt and a red pen.
Why you're reading this like Mark Guggenheim like is lusting so hard because he's got no sex life.
That's what it is. Googie just lives through his sex life through Arrow.
Oh my god!
And then we have the beautiful Bond bombshell of Felicity turning around, and she falls in love with him for the very first time. Although it's not the first time, because we'll find out in the flashbacks.
He doesn't fall in love with her. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
They stare lovingly into each other's eyes as the chemistry begins to blossom.
Yeah, they clearly did because she was only meant to be in this one episode.
Yeah, it's just there though. They just fall in love.
If you're not
getting married, they're gonna ruin Barry and Iris's wedding by getting married and undercutting them. It's gonna be beautiful.
If you're gonna carry on, I will just mute you.
Well, I mean, this is a big moment though.
Yeah, it's a big moment. Except they only really have about 2 minutes on screen together, and then that's it.
Saying before we start recording, you had something to say about this, so you can.
All right. So I actually don't mind her. Don't mind Felicity at all. I actually think she's good in all of season 1 and season 2. Because 1, they do not shove her down her throats. They don't make her an over-excessive comic relief. And she doesn't drag down every single character into oblivion. You know, that's just simple. She serves her purpose in this season and season 2 to be a comedic relief character, which she does very well. They should have just kept her as that. They didn't need to have put in a fucking relationship with the main character and then retcon his whole, like, oh, I love you for no reason.
I honestly wish that, because at this point, I kind of wish Legends would have just never happened. We could have just had Ray remain on Arrow, and then...
Yeah.
Because that is just so much better, because now they completely retcon Damien Dark on Legends as well, basically. Where he's now just like this good guy who just wants to be there for his daughter, which granted, that's what he always was, but then at the same time, he was still a bad guy. Whereas now, I mean, granted, I love Damien, I think he's hilarious, but like, you know, it's just weird to see Ray now married to the daughter of Damien Dark. They could have just left him on Arrow, and then they could have ended up with Felicity.
It's for fucking Mark. That's who fucked it up.
Mark.
Mr. Googly Eyes himself.
I mean, this scene is it's still pretty iconic. It's just one of those things where I remember just like watching it. I was like, oh, here we go. But yeah, it's still Laura all the way, or McOliver.
We do not mention that latter ship. We do not mention it. The thing is, as well with this scene, it's literally just there to progress the plot forward. Like you can tell that this was written before they knew that they were going to bring her back anyway. So again, I don't really have a lot to say about it. I've already said I enjoy Felicity this season, so you will not hear me hating on her just yet. You'll have to wait till season 3 for that. So unfortunately, you have to put up with me saying actual positive things about Felicity for once.
Although you still, shacked out 230 quid on the spot to go meet
her. No. It was a full Team Arrow one, okay? And I went there to meet all of them because, look, I might have my opinions on Felicity Smoke as a character and Emily Bett Rickards sometimes, acting-wise. But I still had to go and meet them because it's just one of those things where I love the show so much that I can override my personal feelings towards how the characters are written and all that kind of stuff and just be like, I need to meet these people because they're like 3 of the founding pillars for one of my favorite shows. Like the thing is, it applies to if I saw Damien Dark or like Neil McDonough, if he went to a convention, I got an opportunity to have a photo with him, I would do. Even though he played a villain in an absolutely shite season, I would still go and meet him because he was a part of one of my favorite shows. I think it's just a thing of your love and passion for a show overriding how you may actually feel about certain things in regards to it. That's just what it was for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'd totally meet Neil McDonough as well. I'll tell you what I actually haven't picked up on before until rewatching it this time. The flashbacks are really slow.
Yeah, they're proper slow
of the season, because there's so little of them, and literally barely anything happens in them. I mean, we do get more Byron, which can't complain. Love a bit of Byron, but yeah, not a lot happens. Like I was just noticing that in particular in this episode, like they're really slow and meandering.
Yeah, they don't really go anywhere until episode 5. I'm pretty sure that's when kind of the flash. We actually get like a proper decent, I'd say, portion of the flashbacks. And then that's kind of when the story starts to kick in. Because like these first 4 episodes, from what I remember rewatching, then not a lot really happens.
Yeah, it's just him fumbling about.
Yeah.
Oh, we also see Max Fuller in this episode as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, wouldn't really be relevant if it wasn't for the fact that he shows up again in season 7. But yeah, cool. I mean, it's kind of cool when you look back on this scene now, because obviously it does sort of establish that scene in season 7 a bit more.
Yeah.
And I also, it's a really cool scene in general, because I kind of like the idea that he's also just this, super rich billionaire in Star City or Starling City. He's like, because he kind of just knows Oliver, he knows Tommy and stuff like that. The way like just calls Merlin and stuff like that. I think it's kind of cool. And, and Laurel in the scene as well. It's great.
Yeah, kicking ass. Can we just also address this as well, because she easily wrecks Max Fuller completely. I just want to ask the Arrow writers: did Laurel forget how to fight? Is by the time we got to season 3, because it makes no sense. Because I remember like there's this scene and then there's like a few others in season 1 where she can clearly handle herself in a fight, and yet when she becomes a Black Canary in season 3, she's utterly useless.
And he's like
exactly. It just, I don't understand it. I do not understand.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting because she does just like walk in, completely owns Max Fuller, and then like, and then she's like, oh yeah, well the guards aren't gonna beat up on me, so leave us alone. Yeah, I mean, I guess in this scene, I imagine this was them maybe like foreshadowing, Black Canary a little bit.
Yeah, and then they decided to wait 2 more years for it. Idiots.
Yeah, so like we'll bring back Sarah and we'll do that instead.
No.
What about Soliver?
Solver.
Soliver.
It's
the relationship we've all been waiting for. The relationship between Oliver and Soliver.
God, I'm never gonna be able to unhear that now. No. Soliver. It's a good second point. Oh my God. Oh, see, these are the only kinds of mistakes you'll ever get is on this very show, guys. Yeah. This is what makes it so unique.
Yeah, we just start talking about Oliver having sexual relationships with a giant ape. So that's what happened in Flashpoint. Now the final sort of big scene is quite a big one again for Diggle as well. Diggle gets poisoned in the fight with Deadshot, and Oliver reveals himself to him. Actually, just stands up. I've never noticed how like dull his reaction was. Like he literally just stands up and goes, "Hey, hey, Diggle, it's me."
I just want to know why he was so quiet after being shot with a bullet. You know what I mean? I'd be making a lot of noise if that were me. Yeah. I wouldn't be so quiet and then just be like conveniently going. Hey.
Yeah, it's just like it's dead silent. And you just hear like.
Oh my God!
That fight with Deadshot's really cool though.
Yeah, it's pretty cool fight. It's just funny because I remember watching that the first time when I watched it live, and I when I saw he was dead, I kind of thought, oh, shame. And then thankfully they bring him back later on, which completely redeems him. Because I would have been properly pissed off. Because that's one of the things that does annoy me about certain characters on certain shows when they have like a really cool villain for one episode and then just kill him off.
Yeah. And
just remove any chance of bringing him back. So it was cool they brought him back because I remember the first time I watched the episode and I saw him dead and I just thought, oh, it's a shame.
Yeah.
But no.
He's really cool. And I like Michael Rowe a lot as well in the role. I mean, were you planning on meeting him at Heroes and Villains if it went ahead?
If it went ahead? You mean the one this summer? Oh, in February. Oh, in February. Shit, yeah.
Yeah.
I forget these dates. To be honest with you, I wouldn't have gone. I wouldn't have been going anyway. Just because placing it in February was just a weird timing for me. But if I was there, yeah, I would definitely meet him.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. I'd probably get. Oh, do you know what you should do? If you meet Michael Rowe, you get him to like sign your chest.
Sign my chest. No.
Just I want to put like you do what Deadshot does, and you go around to conventions and you just get celebrities to tattoo their signatures on you.
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh. I mean, it'd be pretty cool. Except he'd probably be there for about God knows how long, tattooing his name onto my chest.
You have to go like just multiple cons every year just to like get at least 2 people done. But yeah, that's all the notes I had really.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I've written anything else. Oh yeah, how can we forget at the end of the episode? Diggle finds out that Oliver's the Green Arrow.
Literally what I just said.
No, I thought you said that was all my notes, and I thought. No, I'm pretty sure you didn't say. You just said he got shot.
No,
You just said that Diggle
Oliver
got shot.
reveals himself to Diggle, and he has the most dull delivery ever. Where he goes, "Hey."
Oh shit! I thought you meant when
Not
it when I thought.
listening, Hoss.
No. I thought you
Not
meant.
paying attention.
I thought you meant immediately after he kills Deadshot, and then when he turns around.
No.
Oh, I thought that's what you meant when you saw that Diggle had been shot. I didn't realize you meant the actual reveal to him.
Dingbat. It was the actual ending scene where he actually turns around and he's like, "Hey."
Oh yeah. That was weird. That was weird. But yeah, same thing still applies though to the scene where he actually gets shot and Oliver turns around and sees that he's been shot and he's just like as quiet as anything. I'm still thinking, no, you'd be fucking screaming because you've just been shot and poisoned. Nah, I get what you mean now. That was just me being drunk and not listening.
Yeah, not paying attention. That's your problem. You don't listen.
Oh, calm down.
No, but also we do have. Oh, I remember something else as well. We actually get the first sort of sign of the Bratva in this as well.
Oh yeah, when he meets Alexei
Leonov, and he shows off his sexy tattoo. Yeah, I mean that's cool because I do like the fact that they kind of like. I like the fact they kind of like just mess around with him. It just shows that it's like, oh, we didn't mean no disrespect, especially to a Bratva captain. Like they officially call him Bratva captain.
Oh.
Cool. I really like the Bratva storyline. I think it's really cool. I think it's just awesome. Like in the 5 years, he came back like a leader of a Russian mob. Cool. And we get like they like finally like, get him checked out and stuff like that, which is cool. We also see like Oliver building up the foundations of Verdant as well, the nightclub.
Yeah.
In this as well, which I actually forgot like how cool that was when Oliver owns a nightclub because it's a perfect cover. Like,
yeah,
because even Oliver says it like it will be the cover like where Oliver Queen spends his nights. Like that's like really actually quite clever. So yeah, I'm excited about that. Any other notes you had?
That was pretty much it, other than my amazing hashtag at the bottom, which you've seen in the picture, but that's not really relevant to the episode.
I mean, hashtag Loriver is endgame, not Olicity, is something that I feel like could be shared to the world.
Yeah, all the Lusty fans are going to be after me now.
So I can just screenshot it and put it on Twitter and tag you. It's fine.
Please don't, because otherwise Lusty fans will crucify me.
So
yeah, but that was because your opinions are absolute bullshit, mate. I'm sorry, but
I can get some back by doing this and also talk about your Walking Dead action figure review.
Yeah, except you've got no proof for that because my video was deleted long time ago, whereas all of yours are still up. No, because I'm a realist and I accept that I fucked up. Whereas you don't, and you kept them up. Oh, I'm not having this. I'm not having this. You are an absolute.
So I need them for everyone to see.
No, I'm not having it.
I wish that video was still up. It genuinely gave me a great giggle.
Nah, it's a true shame because now that it's not up, everyone will just think you're bullshitting.
Wouldn't really make a change. So anyway, rating for this episode. You said you were struggling.
I went with an 8 out of 10.
I did as well. Are we 3 for 3?
I think we might be.
God, what's happening to us?
Again, I went first on all occasions, and he followed up with the same score. So I feel like he's been pressured.
Well, I'll tell you what. Next week I will go first, unless I forget, in which case. But still, I will go first next week. Just preparing the 10 out of 10. But yeah, I also say 8 out of 10. It's a pretty great episode. I think I probably prefer this one to last week's. I think.
Oh, definitely. I mean, well, given that we both gave last week's a 7 out of 10.
I think.
Well, given that we both gave last week's a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, so I mean, the maths makes sense. Yeah, I didn't really think about that one, did I? But yeah, good episode. Really liked it. And again, it's just kind of there to like further the plot with Diggle and to get that out of the way, and also introduces Deadshot, who becomes a pretty big character as the show goes on. Particularly with Diggle as well, because that's the thing that it actually kind of makes sense to kind of pair it with this Diggle storyline, obviously, because you find out sort of that Deadshot and Diggle are incredibly interconnected, which is cool. But anyway, what did you guys think about this episode? Make sure you let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. What are your thoughts? How you feel about it, and what's particularly nostalgic about it for you? Whatever you feel, let us know in the comments. And join us next time for episode 4, which do you know what that's called?
No. Nope.
Anyway, thank you guys all for watching, listening. We hope to see you guys again soon. And I have been Dec.
I have been Dan.
And I realise I've done this the wrong way round. So we'll see you again soon anyway.